So here's a quickie, but I didn't want to wait on this one because in another snap decision, if a snap decision 2 years in the making is still a snap decision, I decided I wanted to start streaming. And the way I'm going to do that is by playing all sorts of Tetris games. So if you didn't see the launch trailer the week before, go check it out. Tetris Tuesdays at 10. It's where I play Tetris on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. And one of the ways I wanted to do that was by way of an actual keyboard. Yes, the thing that might get me into PC gaming is Tetris for MS-DOS circa 1986. And I thought the best way to do that would be with a so-called retro mechanical keyboard, 8BitDo. I already have a few things of theirs. They come regularly with the analog series of products, so I kind of just found out they were good by way of buying good things. And so I expect the mechanical keyboard to be no different. And if you want, look at all these cool features that it has that I'm sure I will appreciate. But I'm doing my thing where the quote-unquote boxed solution just saves me time. I would love to build my own mechanical keyboard. I did look into that a little bit when it started talking about switches and whites and blues and reds and all that stuff. But you guys have been on the channel. How many hobbies can I support? Let's be real. Instead, let's just admire and enjoy all the good work the folks at 8BitDo have done for us here. And even if this wasn't a quickie, there's always the chance that I don't go into much more detail than you could glean just by looking at the box here. But I will say, when it comes to keyboards, maybe the big difference is going to be this guy right here. So let's find out. And there are two at least different colorways if you're into it. There's the Famicom colorway, which is kind of the beige and red. I obviously got the Nintendo. I figured I'd stay in my lane. That's what I grew up with. Although, strangely enough, I probably would have gone with the Commodore 64 one instead of the Famicom. I think the C64 version is slightly newer than what they've been offering. And all the reviews on this thing are fantastic. So these are some stickers to go with the big buttons here, which I will take out. And you can program these buttons to do whatever you want. So obviously, some of the favorites here are nuclear radiation and power. I'm not sure, could you program it to power something down? I might do the Control-C, Control-V there. This does work with Macs. Obviously, it's a Windows keyboard, but from what I understand, it can be used with a Mac just fine if you're willing to do with some of those inconsistencies keyboard-wise. Quick start guide to mapping commonly used shortcuts for Windows. This is good. I wouldn't know these by heart. An instruction manual. I'm sure it's a keyboard. USB-C. So this is actually one of the big reasons I went with this as well. I wanted something wired. I am on that Tetris Tuesdays at 10 show going to do some emulating. I already have, like I said, the 8BitDo that came with the, actually this didn't come with the Pocket, but it works with the Pocket, both wired and wireless. So I'm hoping this is the same. I need a wired one for the Xbox though, because part of the way I'm going to do some of my emulation is by way of RetroArch on my Xbox Series S, which I've got up and running. So I needed a wired solution and this should be great. So that's everything in the box. Feels great. And the big ones, I believe, are on the same switches. They're all, yeah. Look at that, fantastic. And I believe you can do that with any of these. Just go nuts and customize. The actual C64 buttons did look different. Like they have that real deep concave on them and I think kind of gloss finish. Got some more dedicated buttons up here. This supports Bluetooth. Oh, look, we turned it on. Power light. 2.4 as well. Obviously I'm going wired like I said. I've heard the volume knob does work for a Mac. Either way, looking forward to making these buttons do something and light up, and otherwise just continue to click. Some would say bad idea for a streaming series, this mechanical keyboard that makes all of this noise. I wouldn't. I would say let's go. Tuesdays at 10 for some Tetris. Go.